What's up everyone, Slave Buddha back here with another GU trade with 4 GU trades actually. I took 1 loss and 3 wins yesterday. Definitely overtraded, but we're gonna go into all of that later. Ooh, wait, actually, so this is one of the buys I took. Ran up 7R, but we can just clean that off since I've been taking out a break even. I still have this sell running actually, and right now it's at 48R. It ran a total of 55R. Ooh. Right now it's at 47. Let me just quickly take a screenshot and maybe take some partials off. I don't have a lot running though, so nothing significant, but I think 47R is pretty damn good trade. But let me quickly take a screenshot. So before we get into it, I am not a financial advisor. I am not here to tell you what to do with your money. Don't be a fucking dumbass, okay? Okay, so now that that's cleared up, we can definitely get into the video. We're actually in my buy zone right now. My buy zone is at, there's some kind of 1 hour OB here, but anyway, we're super bearish right now. I'm not even gonna get into any trades. Let's review the trade. So let me show you the evidence, right? Everyone wants to see the evidence of how my day went yesterday. So I send this out that I want to take sells from this order block here because this looked like liquidity. But we were super bearish, so I also had this POI here, although I wasn't really confident in this POI because there wasn't really any significant break in structure. We broke this structure and this structure here, but we rated the previous day low. So anyway, I had this POI and this POI. I had another POI inside here, a 5-minute order block inside here that was untapped, so I thought maybe price would come up, take out the liquidity from here, and then go lower. So I was looking to buy to my sell basically. So this was the first buy I took from this 5-minute. Actually, I took a sell. I didn't post it here. I took a sell. We're gonna look to that. A very stupid sell because I didn't follow my rules. We're gonna go through that. This was the first buy. I took a second entry on that same setup over here. And the thing with this trade is I didn't manage my trade properly. I didn't follow my rules again. So I might be here making these videos, but I have like psychology problems, psychology problems, bro. I mean that's a funny way to put it. But yeah, sometimes I don't follow my rules, and I'm just being transparent. Everyone here, it's not like I don't get swayed by my emotions sometimes, And here was the 4th buy I took from here. Oh, it was a sexy entry. Just look at the entry. It was so sexy. Ran up a total of 7R. I took partials, more partials of 7R right here. Look at that entry, man. And the other 2 trades, the other buys. Okay, no, this was, where is it? Was here. First entry here, second entry here. So let's break it down. What was I seeing? Let's go to, ooh, we're really pushing up. Let's look at a clean chart. So like I said, I wanted to sell from here, although I didn't know if price was going to come all the way here because we were super bearish. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, well, actually let me go back a bit over here. Okay, so this was what it was looking like on the 4-hour time frame. We broke this structure to the upside, so I was actually bullish on GU until yesterday when this strong push down happened. And I was like, yo, GU, I thought we were gonna fly from here, but it looks like GU does not want to do that. So my next area for buyers is actually this 4-hour OB over here. So now I'm just looking for sells to get to these buys to go higher. But what ended up happening actually is we took out the previous daily low over here. We took our liquidity from the previous daily low and we turned bullish. So now I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna retrace into this POI or into, let's just go back a bit, into this OB, this 15-minute order block that came from this OB over here, right? And actually inside this OB, inside that 15-minute order block, there was a 5-minute order block right here that wasn't tested yet. So I thought we could also possibly take out this liquidity into this OB and then go lower. So I knew I'm either selling from, I had 3 POIs. It's from here, here, or here for my sells. And obviously I was going to wait for 1 minute confirmation because I have more than one POI, so I want to see what the 1 minute is going to do inside the POIs, and I'm going to enter on a stop pump BMS RTO like I always do. So then someone in the group mentioned to me that, oh, we actually have a breaker. That's not the breaker, this is the breaker, but this is the POI I'm going to use because I don't trade breakers, and I'm not going to go into that in this YouTube video, but I don't trade breakers. And we had liquidity resting under it, so I was thinking, okay, maybe we could react off here, but ultimately I want to sell from either here, or the one on top. Now what ended up happening, we tapped into the breaker obviously, and I was waiting for 1 minute confirmation to take a sell, which I shouldn't have been doing because this wasn't even part of the plan. You know, my plan was to sell from here, or the 1 hour will be on top. Why am I selling from here, you know? But I was too impatient. G was moving so slow, and I just wanted to take a trade, and I'm a very impatient person. I think I've said it here before. So that's one problem that I need to work on, and I have been working on. But anyway, what happened is we came up here again, and then we broke this structure over here. So I was thinking, okay, you know, maybe we could see a pullback from here into this OB, or into this OB, into one of these two levels, because we've broken the structure over here. Maybe we can take out this sort of like trend line as liquidity into one of these order blocks here. So what did I do? I saw this 5 minute OB over here, but the stop loss was just too big for me. It was too big for me, so I was waiting for further confirmation to take this trade, and that's where I fucked up because I did not follow my rules. So we tapped into the OB, and I was waiting for 1 minute confirmation, right? So do you know what my dumbass did? What I did was I called this a BMS, and if you know the way I trade, I don't really consider this to be a BMS. If you've had a call with me, we've gone over that many times, but I decided to take a sell from here, which is not in line with my rules, and what happens, obviously I get stopped out. So I took that loss. The good thing, however, is I risked very little. I risked about 0.3% because I knew it wasn't following my rules, and so the loss didn't really get to me like emotionally. I was like, okay, you know, I was a little loss. It wasn't that much. I can get that back easily with one trade, and even like double that, triple that. So I wasn't feeling bad. However, if this was 2 months ago, 1 month ago, 3 months ago, boy, I would have been so pissed. I would have started looking for ways I can get that money back. I'll be looking for the next setup. I'll be looking for the next buys and next sells, and then obviously I'll end up taking too many trades. I end up losing a lot of trades, and it'll always end up badly. So what did I do? You know, how did I get to this how did I get to this point where, you know, I'm not really swayed by losses anymore as much as I used to? Even though it affects me sometimes, I'm like, oh, I took a loss, but you know, it doesn't really affect me to the point where I'm scrambling for the next trade and I'm trying to get my money back and all of that. So two things: risk management. I came up with a solid risk management plan, so that way I know that even if I take one loss, even if I take 2 losses, as long as my win rate is high and my risk to reward is great. You guys know I always at least I average a 5 R per trade. Even if I take 3 losses in a row, it wouldn't really affect me that much because I would either break even depending on how much I risk, or I would still come out in profit with the next trade that obviously ends up in a win. So risk management, very important. As you can see here, I even risked very little. I risked 0.3%, right, which is super little. So risk management. Second thing I did, you know, people ask me, oh Slay, how do you know this is gonna happen? How do you have these wizard powers? Let me tell you how to get these wizard powers right here. Honestly, it's pretty simple. Meditation and exercise. I know, right? So mind-blowing. No, it's not. It's super simple. Meditation and exercise. And some people are going to say, how does meditation affect trading? Or like, how does exercise affect trading? Let me break it down to you. Let me tell you why meditation and exercise is important. You see, some people think trading, anyone can be a trader. Not everyone can be a trader. You have to be a good trader, you know, as fake deep or whatever as this may sound, you have to deal with shit going on in your personal life. You have to cut off negativity. You have to you know, any bad behaviors, any self harming behavior, there's a word I'm looking for, but any behaviors that is not in your best interest, you're gonna have to cut them off, because you can't be a good trader and still be in that mindset per se. So what meditation helps with, also this video is going to be kind of long, so maybe make sure you grab some popcorn, grab a journal, grab a notebook, take some notes down. If you don't want to hear this, even though it's very important, you can just skip ahead and go down to the main breakdowns, right? The other trades I took. But meditation is important because it lets you freeze. It lets you freeze when you're having all these anxious thoughts, all these thoughts based on fear about trading. So you're thinking, oh, I just took a loss, I have to get that money back. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I'm a stupid trader, I'm a horrible trader, I just took a loss, blah blah blah. Or you may be thinking, okay, I need to hold my trade. I'm gonna hold my trade even though it goes against my trading plan. Just, you know, all these thoughts you're having because you just want to make so much money, or you want to make back the loss you had. Meditation will help you just freeze, pause, and become aware of all those movements happening in your head, all those jargon, all the bullshit that's going on in your head. Meditation will just allow you to pause and think for yourself. Think logically. Okay, should I actually take this trade, or would it be better if I just, you know, take a break off the charts and maybe make some food, watch some videos, play some games, or whatever the fuck you want to do, you know. So that's what meditation helps with. I'm kind of rushing. I'm not really going deep into details. If you want to know more about like all these kind of meditation and stuff, you can just let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely talk more about it. But meditation is going to help you in your trading and in all aspects of your life, honestly. But it is definitely going to help you with your trading. The second thing, exercise. How does working out help with trading? Let me break it down to you once again. With exercise, you see, exercise helps with discipline. It helps you with your discipline. You know, let's say you want to work out 3 days a week, you want to work out 5 days a week, whatever, how many days a week you want to work out, and one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna be thinking, oh, I don't really want to work out today. Oh, I'll just do it another day. And then you're gonna be like, no, I have to stick to my plan. You know, I have to go and lift those weights. I have to go and run a mile. I don't know what the hell you guys do. I hate running though. Running fucking sucks. But yeah, I lift weights. I have to go to the gym. I have to push against, you know, weights. You're basically pushing against resistance, right? And that same resistance is the same resistance you're going to push in other aspects of your life. When there's something going against you, you'll be able to fight back and push back. So it helps you with discipline. It helps you with self-motivation. And, you know, you're going to come out of the gym looking like a fucking badass, you know. So it's a win-win. You can't lose anything. You can't lose anything by exercising, right? So meditation and exercise, trust me, they help. And the third thing is actually journaling as well. Journaling everything that has to do with your trading. Journaling your analysis, your setups, your entries, your exits, your wins, your losses, why you took the losses, your backtesting, your emotions, how you felt during a trade, how you felt after a trade, how you felt after taking the loss. Journal everything. You know, that's what I used to do. I don't do it anymore because my journal is public and I have a lot of subscribers and blah blah blah. I don't post my analysis anymore. But before, if you scroll all the way up, you're gonna see everything. You're gonna see back when I was not even profitable, back when I was still struggling with this shit, you're gonna see everything. And I put everything in that journal. And you know, less than a few months after, because I learned this shit very fast, I was able to grasp it very fast because I focused on it more. So I'll say those three things are gonna help you a lot with your psychology, with your trading, with your personal life, just with everything, you know. Just self-care. It's basically self-care. That's what it is. So yeah, I know that was a long rant. So let's get into it. Let's get into the rest of the trades that I took. So let me just write this here, previously low. I don't even know where I stopped. I just went off a long rant there, a different tangent over there. But yeah, so I got stopped out of there. So my next POI for sales were here, obviously waiting for extra confirmation. So we get into the zone. I don't really get any 1 minute confirmation because we didn't break any structures, so I'm not taking any trades. So I removed that. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we are actually going to take this out into here, or maybe we're going to react at this OB over here. And then what ended up happening was super weird. We just started like pulling back, right? So we started pulling back. I think we reacted off the breaker, or if you want to call it that, off something next to the breaker over here, probably something here. But whatever, we started pulling back. We started breaking structure lower. So now I'm just looking for, you know, where we're going to react, because we already broke the structure to the upside. So now I'm looking for buys because I want to take a sell from here or a sell from this 5 minute order block here, right? So I'm going to look for my buys to get to my sells, right? Whichever one price decides to react off of, I'm going to wait for the reaction. So I had this POI marked out as well for sells, and it also looks like we took our liquidity from here, so we're obviously going lower. And what else did I see? I saw on the 30-minute time frame we had this kind of order block over here. I wouldn't really call this an order block because it doesn't meet my 4 rules. One of the rules being a BMS, a breaking structure. So this order block didn't cause a break in the structure. So I was more like, I wasn't really sure if this is gonna last all the way, but the 5-minute broke structure, so that's what I'm interested in. So there's this 5-minute POY and there's this 5-minute POY over here that I was interested in for my buy. So we had this one and we had this one over here, and I was also looking at the extreme, the origin, the order block that caused the liquidity to be taken out. I was looking at this OB as well in case price went lower. So let's see what happens. Price begins to like range, and it really pissed me off because I'm very impatient. So I think I even took a little nap during this whole range. So I was thinking, okay, are we gonna go high here or are we gonna go lower? And then let's see what happened. Price begins to go lower. So we begin to go lower, and I'm thinking maybe this is some like accumulation, manipulation to the downside, and distribution higher. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't take the buys from here because it didn't. I don't like entering. I have 2 ways of entering. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm actually gonna update it with the people who I've had calls with. I'll show you guys 2 ways I like to enter. But anyway, I didn't enter here because this was the liquidity for this order block over here. So I entered. I was actually going to enter off the 50%, but I couldn't catch it. My hands were not fast enough to catch it, so I entered a bit higher. So I was going to enter the 50%, but I entered a bit higher. My stop loss was 4 pips, I believe. Let's actually just check honestly, because I do not remember. So yeah, this is how I entered at like 1.37409, 1.37409, and my stop loss was 4 pips. 4 pips because like I said, I was going to enter off the 50%, and my stop loss would have been here, and it would have been 4 pips. Luckily, I didn't get stopped out. But I was aiming for 5 pips as usual, right? 5R as usual. 20 pips, 5R. So now I'm looking to see if I can get a second entry if I get more confirmation, which is stop hunt BMS RTO. We already have the stop hunt here, so I'm just waiting to see some kind of structure get broken, right? And that is exactly what happens here. So we break this structure here, and I took my second entry off of the origin that broke the structure here, expecting this to be taken out as liquidity. So this was my second entry over here. I also put it to 4 pips, I believe, because I didn't want to calculate the new lot size. I think it was 4 pips. Was it more? I don't remember. I think it was 4 pips. And obviously aiming for 5R. Let's check. I do not remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 4. 1.37414. Yeah, it was around 4 pips. So I'll just say, yeah, 4 pips right there. Aiming for 5R as usual. Now this is where I fucked up. I didn't follow my rules. My rule states, in terms of my trade management rules, that I should always take partials at 5R, 50% or more at 5R. But I was thinking, oh, I have 2 entries, so I risked 0.5% here, I put another 0.5% here, so they total to 1%. I was thinking, oh, I have 2 entries, I'm expecting it to go all the way here, so I can hold this one to like an 8R and then maybe take some partials here at 5R. That's what I was thinking, right? And then we started kind of like ranging here, just going back and forth, and I saw this minor BMS over here, so I was like, okay, you know what, I should definitely take some partials off of the first entry at 5R, because we hadn't yet reached 5R for my second entry. So as we were ranging around here, I just took some partials at 5R. I took 50% off of 5R over here, and then I left the rest because I wanted it to run and take out this liquidity over here. So for this one, I was still in this trade. I hadn't taken any partials yet, which was stupid of me, because we ended up hitting 5R. Well, we did on FXCM. Yeah, so over here we ended up hitting 5R. I should have taken profits off, but I was like, no, I want to make more money, and I'm gonna wait for it to come up here. So, which was so stupid of me. And then obviously what happened is we started going lower, and we broke this structure here. We started kind of breaking structure lower. Following my rules again, I should have taken partials when we were kind of retracing higher, but then I ended up just taking some around 3R, probably even lower, maybe like a 2.8 or something. But yeah, I took partials off like around here, and of course I get stopped out at break even. over there. So that was just me being stubborn. I did not follow my rules. Horrible trade management. The partials I even took at 3R on the second entry was like a point. I took only like maybe 0.3% off of my main position of the second entry rather. So horrible trade management. Lesson learned. I didn't capitalize as much as I could have from those trades, and that's fine. Lesson learned. One for the journal. That's completely fine. I'm here being transparent, y'all, because because I don't know, there's no point in lying really. But anyway, what happened here? Now this is when I started over trading. I have a plan to stick to 1 to 3 trades per day, and this is me taking my 4th trade. So I saw this 5-minute order block. I refined it to the 1 minute because I didn't want a big stop loss, so I refined it to the 1 minute over here. And why? Because the previous daily low got taken. Now we've been breaking all the structures to the upside. This is the origin of the move that took out liquidity. And if you think about it from a market maker's perspective, they just took out liquidity from this low, so they have to mitigate out of this order. They have to close their order at break even, right? So they don't end up in a loss. So that is why I'm gonna take this trade. That's why I was commenting that trade. So I took the buy from here. I think I had like a 3.5 pip stop loss or something. Yeah, it was like a 3.5 pip stop loss. And obviously learning my lesson from the last 2 trades, because I know we're super bearish. See the strong push down, super bearish. I took partials early, guys. I took my first partials at 3R right here. Yep, right there. I took more at 5R following my rules. I took more at 5R right there, and I was like, maybe we could actually take out the liquidity from here, maybe. So I was there watching, but that's the thing. You don't guess with forex. You use structure. Once you understand structure, you understand supply and demand, you understand liquidity. I'm not just gonna hope that price should get here. I wanted to get here so I can get a 12R, but I'm not gonna hope. Why? Because I see this 15-minute order block over here. I see this 15-minute OB, and because I see this OB, I took partials right before, like at 7R. I took more partials here. I'm not gonna be hopeful like I did with the last trade. I was hoping that price would get to would take out, which had this high, even though there was a 5-minute order block that could have gone against me, right? There was a 5-minute OB here, so I should have taken my 5R. I should have taken 5R off, but I didn't. So I took some more partials at 7R because of the order block there, and then I just left my runner, and I woke up and it hit break even. So okay, this is 8R. Took it off at 7R. Yeah, around here, 7R, and then I just let the rest run and it hit break even. That's fine. That's cool. I've taken my money off. And yeah, that's how I ended the day. So that's it for the trade breakdowns. I hope you guys learned something, especially regarding risk management. So the first trade, the first loss I took, it didn't follow my rules, so I risked very little. The second trade I took, because I already took the first loss, I risked 0.5% of my capital. And then once I saw we broke structure, once I got the confirmation, then I risked another 5.5%, so it can total to 1% for my buys. I made some mistakes. I didn't take partials on time. Cool, I learned that lesson. And the next trade I took, because I was over trading, what I do, I risk less. I risked like a 0.2, 0.5 or 0.3% on this one as well, on this buy. And I took partials on time. And I learned from the mistake from the last 2 trades, so I took partials before we got to this OB at 7R, not hoping for price to reach 12R, not hoping to show screenshots to all of you like, oh, I got this crazy trade. So yeah, that's it for this video. How long is it? Because I thought it was gonna be 24 minutes, and it's okay. Y'all have like really short attention span. So anything else I need to address? Not really. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys saw things clearly of just how I put everything together. I wanted to take sells from here, so I decided to take my buys to my sells, and the POI for buys, or the main high time frame move for the buys, was the raid of the previous daily low, which convinced me to take my buys, to take any sell that I wanted to take. Even though my sells didn't work out, I still got a trade because I took the buys, and I follow structure and liquidity. Structure, liquidity, it's very important. You have to understand both of them to understand smart money concepts better. And yeah, I went through psychology, the things that are really going to help you on psychology. You know, people always crying, oh, my psychology is so bad, I don't know what to do. Just meditate, dude. Meditate. It's not some voodoo shit or like deep woke spiritual shit. Just take time out to focus, not even focus, just to observe the thoughts and the noise that's going on in your head, you know. So yeah, that is it for this video. And so yeah, journal, meditate, move your body in some way. Even if you want to dance, as long as you're sweating, just do something to move your body, lift some weights, get stronger. You know, while you're building your muscle, physical muscle, you're also building a mental muscle in your head. And what else? There was something else I was gonna say. And the last thing I would honestly suggest is just fuck everyone else's trades. Fuck me making all these like 47 hour trades. Focus on your trading. Yes, it can be an inspiration. You're like, oh, okay, I want to be like Slave Buddha. So, like, someone who inspires me is AKFX. He really inspired me. I saw his trades. I'm like, oh, I need to get these trades just like him. Or like RSD trading style on Instagram as well. He's a big inspiration for me. I was like, no, I need to get the 1 minute time frame just the way he gets the 1 minute time frame. And yes, inspiration, but don't go crying and sulking like, oh, I can't be a good trader like these guys. How am I gonna get these trades? Oh, look at their awesome trades. Look at my shitty trades. You know, don't I have some kind of virus on this laptop. But don't be like that. Fuck everyone else. What I did, I removed myself from every group chat I was in. I only followed the journals that I wanted to that I wanted to dissect their charts and their entries and reverse engineer the trades. And I focused on my journal, and my growth was just super exponential. So anyway, I don't want to keep on ranting. Peace out. Remember to keep it super simple. You know, this shit was not complex at all. I don't have any funny lines or indicators on my chart. Super clean, super simple. I'll see you all in the next video. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you have any other tips for psychology, like helping with your psychology and all of that, let me know in the comments down below. You can like and subscribe if you want to. I don't really care. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.